Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Tuesday, August 4th, 2009. This morning we're going to look at web velocity, and instead of taking an existing table in the database and building out from that, we're going to create a table in the database and build up that way. So to get started, I still have to create a new application, and here I'm going to call this My Notes App. I'm going to leave schema checked because I do want to use the database. Once that's created, I have to go to database and I have to specify what kind of database I'm using. So from this list, I'm going to pick Postgres because that's what I'm using. This will be specific to the kind of database you're using. So in my case, with Postgres, it's going to ask me for the port, so 55432, and my database is named this. Schema is public, and then I have a username and a password. Now once you finish all that, you have to test the login, make sure you haven't mistyped anything. And now that that's all done, I am going to go to my schema class here. It's going to take me straight to the source code. And here, if I wanted to map tables over, I could do that. However, what I'm going to do is go the other way around. I'm going to go to the source code, and I'm going to go to tables here, and I'm going to create a new method. Now you notice the template it gives me here. It's going to give me a template showing me how to put in my description names for defining my table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some code that I've already written and paste it in here so that you don't have to watch me type. Now this defines a simple notes table. Notice the ID, it's a serial number. That you want to put in with that name for anything you want to follow the active record pattern. Then I'm putting in a description where I can free type text, then a timestamp, and then just a title with a specific length. So that gives me a table. Now at this point what I can do is go up here to Actions, and notice the options here. If I already have a table, I can synchronize to it. If I don't, I can recreate the tables. Recreate will drop and add the tables. So let's just do recreate. It turns out I have this in my database, but I'm going to go ahead and drop it and recreate so that I'm starting completely from scratch. It's going to warn me because if I have an existing table, I might not want to do this. So let's hit OK. Now at this point, I can go straight to mappings because having created this, I can go down here now and map my new table that I've created. So I go down, I find a note in here, so there it is. I've got my table. I want to create a class called note. It's going to immediately prompt me for all this stuff I can create. Let's go ahead and leave it be with the defaults. And now it'll go ahead and generate a whole bunch of scaffolding classes for me. And now, just as if I had started from the table, I have created an application. So let's go up here to Browse. And you notice I have all these links preset. Here's my list of notes, which there aren't any. I can go ahead and create a new one. So let's say the description is, I need to create a better demo, and let's call the title, Do This Tomorrow, and we'll hit accept. And there it is there with a nice link to it. I can go in and edit it, so this all works now. If I go back out here and I go to classes, you notice these all exist, so I could go to Notes List UI. And at this point, I could start customizing this, changing the order in which things appear on the screen, deciding which columns do and don't need to appear at all those kinds of customizations that I've gone through in other screencasts. But this gives you the notion of how to create a simple application where you start without a database table at all. You define the database table, and again, let's go back to the schema and the source code for that. So you look at this, that's how you create your table. You define it this way, and then it will be defined in the database once you go up to the actions method and either synchronize or recreate. And synchronize, again, would be don't destroy it, sync me up with that table. And that would be the case where I did something like added a new column or maybe removed one column. So I can synchronize that way in addition to just dropping and adding. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.